Constitutional Court, and I would want to say also the judiciary is a very important pillar of our democracy. And this judgment, especially the majority judgment, will then result in setting a precedent for the future public protectors. I must note that we are not government officials, which I've heard being mentioned, but we are a constitutional institution, an organ of state, and we have then a challenge that future public protectors, including myself, when I am doing my work, then there is that element of fear and prejudice on the incumbent. And I've noted the dissenting judgment, and which is giving hope, and especially those constitutional court judges who have also delivered their judgment, and it gives hope as well that they've taken note of the standpoint of the public protector. And thank you so much, and we will study the judgment and we will comment further on the elements of the judgment. Thank you.
Public protector, they're saying you told falsehoods under oath. Doesn't get more serious than that for an advocate.
I never told falsehood under oath. All the documents, we will study the judgment, and we will also study what is the reasoning behind that, because our papers were very clear what transpired during the process.
But if they say you can't appeal this.
I know quite well, and you should understand that there is a majority judgment, there's a dissenting judgment, and all of the elements will be taken into consideration. And I think, can you give me an opportunity to study the documentation so that we'll be able to respond comprehensively to this matter.
But when they say you acted in bad faith, and this is the Constitutional Court, the apex court, does it not mean that perhaps it justifies the calls by those who say you must actually step down?
I think I will study the judgment, and indeed, if this judgment is convincing, or there are elements which then prove to them that I acted in bad faith, and I know I acted in good faith, and it's very clear from all my documentation that this investigation was conducted purely based on that. So I will study the judgment and I will respond comprehensively. Thank you.
If there's evidence that you acted in bad faith?
We can't take any more questions, unfortunately. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.